5 ways to build emotional resilience. Have you ever wondered if it's possible to become more resilient without having to go through more traumatic events? Yes, resiliency can be learned, and if you watched this video to the end, you'll have everything you need to start building more of it today. So what is emotional resilience? Emotional resiliency is that ability to manage and quickly recover from life's challenges and all the stressors that we're facing every day. The good news is that even though we are going through these challenges and these stressors and these traumas, they are a completely natural part of the human experience, but so is resilience. Studies show us that as we move through our traumas and find emotional healing, we're actually able to bounce back from those challenges that life throws at us as we build our confidence. And the more that we do this, the faster we get at it. This is largely because as we practice healing through these challenges, our emotional resiliency helps us learn from the challenges rather than getting overwhelmed by them. So it's kind of like a muscle that, like when you go to the gym, you're working out this muscle. The more that you are working on your resiliency and overcoming these traumas and obstacles, the stronger you will get, the faster you will become at being able to manage them in real time. And our body's energy systems start to learn that a challenge is just an opportunity to grow and heal. You might know some people in your life who are really good at working through challenges, while other people seem to completely fall apart. And the good news is that it doesn't matter if you were born with better emotional resiliency than someone else, because we're all capable of building our emotional resilience, which will be allowing us to become that most confident and amazing version of ourselves. So when we look at ways in which we can tap into this natural resilience, the main point we want to consider is that our goal is to go beyond simply coping and managing stress and to actually heal from the emotional traumas that are keeping us from tapping into that resiliency. So those triggers that keep coming back over and over again. And the ways that we build that emotional resilience will actually come from healing those past traumas. And the good news is there are hundreds of modalities from which to choose. So here is my top 5 list of modalities that will help you in your healing journey as you go from emotional traumas into that building resiliency. The first one that I absolutely love is called matrix re-imprinting. This one includes EFT. So if you've watched this channel before, you know I'm a huge fan of EFT and all of the healing that it can provide. So with the matrix re-imprinting, it actually includes visualization where you get to use EFT, hypnosis, and some other inner child work in order to discover the negative or mistaken beliefs that were created in the past or in childhood. So you can imagine if you have a painful memory, being able to go back to that younger version of you, that past self, as an adult now with all of the wisdom that you have, with all of the resources you have, and to view that younger self version of you and say, hey, what are you going through right now? What is the belief that you are creating for yourself in this moment? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about the world? And what are you needing? And when we can give our younger selves all those things they were needing in order to successfully move through a trauma, then we can get to that place where we're able to look at the belief systems that were created. And most of the time, the reason that we're having these moments is because as children, when we were going through these traumatic events, our view of the world was like this. It was very small, and we didn't know how to move through it. So if that younger self version says like, hey, I need to have a voice, I need to be bigger, I need to have my voice be heard, whatever it is, we can actually create that opportunity for the younger self, change the belief system that was created in the moment, and create a new positive belief system that will be meaningful in life. And I'll just share with you one of my stories that I absolutely love. And it's a moment that I had when I was in elementary school. We were supposed to be taking a test, and I didn't know the information. I had no idea what was on it. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm dumb. I am stupid, I'm not smart, and all of these things. And you can imagine, if you've ever felt a negative emotion before, it starts to create a reaction in your body. And that's what was happening to me. And I remember sitting there at the table and covering my eyes like this, so that I could look at the pages of the people next to me to try to figure out what their answers were, so that I could copy their answers and try to pass the test. And it didn't feel good to me. One, I didn't feel smart, and then two, I was cheating. And so now I'm piling all this stuff on me, and fast forward into adult life, I had a belief system that said I wasn't smart. And it wasn't serving me. So being able to do something like matrix reimprinting, I actually went back and got to visit that younger self, gave her the resources she needed. In that one, it's things like being able to study for the test, being able to pass the test. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a big deal in order to heal a past trauma and create that new belief system. So at the end of working through all of it, I was able to create a belief system that says, I'm smart. I'm really smart and I'm enough. And to have that be the now chatter that's talking in the subconscious part of my brain helps propel me forward into taking on new challenges. So I'm more likely to take a risk, take on a new challenge, or learn something new because, after all, I'm smart. The second modality that I really love is EMDR. And EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And what I love about this modality is that it doesn't require talking in detail about your past trauma. So when I used to work with clients, people would tell me all the time, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. But even if we don't want to talk about it, we still want to be able to find that place of healing. We still want to be able to move forward and create those positive belief systems and create a happy life. So something with EMDR, you don't have to talk about it as much. And this is great for anyone who's afraid of reliving a trauma, or sometimes we're too embarrassed to talk about what happened to us, or choices that we made and how it affected other people. So if that's something that resonates with you, just know that there are modalities out there like EMDR where you can get healing without having to relive the trauma. So instead, it focuses on changing the emotions, the thoughts, and the beliefs that were created during that trauma. Number 3, I love somatic experiencing. And what I love about this modality is that it's body-centered in its approach. And this is the idea that when we have these unhealed traumas, when we have these things happen to us in our younger life, we go, and we store them in our bodies. And in this modality, rather than focusing only on the thoughts or emotions that are associated with that trauma, it also includes the body's natural somatic responses. So being able to move these traumas out of the body and release them and let them go is one of the gifts of this modality. Number 4, I love energy work. There's so many different kinds of energy work with yoga and meditation, Reiki. What I love about Reiki and other energy work is that it's so gentle on the mind and body. And it's this practice of clearing this blocked energy so that it will move more freely through the body. So again, you can imagine when you're having a traumatic experience and you go, and you hold it in your body, the energy medicine is about clearing those energetic pathways so that your natural life force can flow more freely. You can learn from the past experience and then become stronger on the other end. And number 5, I love hypnosis. And what I love about hypnosis is that it brings you into a highly focused state where you can release old pain and beliefs and then create those new empowering beliefs. And that's really what it's all about, is through all of these modalities, these trauma-informed modalities, is discovering that belief system that was created in trauma, getting to be able to heal and process and work through that, create the new belief systems that will launch us into our amazing, capable, confident selves. So no matter which modality you choose to try, finding someone who is trauma-informed is going to make all the difference. And in all of this, you will be able to heal emotionally and just tap into that natural resilience. Thank you for watching and wish you all the best as you start or even continue your journey to emotional wellness and resilience. My name is Shannon Ray, and this has been your Ray of Sunshine. I invite you to watch our next video, How to Develop Emotional Resilience to Manage Stress. See you there.